This will be a video showing my old, I believe it's 1937 this was made, but I'm not too 100% sure by the code numbers Ericsson put on things. But on top I've got my Ericsson model N1900E244. Connected is a central battery version of the N1900E244, but this one's not called N1900 though. It's called N1340A model. It was used by Pi in Australia. Now, the weird thing was, the dial thing here had a Pi thing on. I took it out because it wasn't built properly and it was just bodged in by the company. And this phone was used in Flinders, according to the information I got of it. This phone is made of Diacon. The original case got smashed. That was going cheap. But I did have a Diacon case I bought off eBay to use the dial bezel for another phone. And I was had this design about, but lucky enough I had this case and I was able to put it on this phone. Now, that central battery does not have a dial, and you'll see it in use when I ring the phone. The handset has a crack on it. You can see just here a big crack going through it, but it's holding together nicely, so I'm not going to replace it. So now I'm going to show this phone working, no switchboard working. When someone goes off hook on an essential battery phone, it makes the dial's eyes come down and the buzzer sounding. To answer the call, you press it up or down, I think it is. Press it down and that down. That's the operator connected. I think so. Let me see it working properly. Yeah, it's working. When both people hang up, let's off this thing again. Shows a 2 or 3 for the other lines, as you can see. Now, to connect a call through the extension to the switch to another extension phone, if I can, I'll show you this. I don't have a tripod at all. I've not used one for about 2 years, since 2020. I've not used a tripod and I'm never going to use one again. So I always obey the Metropolitan Transport rules. Because I don't use tripod and plug, I'll never do anymore. Now, to set a call through this switch, but when someone goes off hook, I hope you can see his phone. Let me see, if I pick that phone up, the door's eyes come down, I've got the buzzers on like that, it's leave it silenced. I'm going to ring that PMG phone down there, I believe on extension 3. Here it is. Now, when someone goes off, the operator picks up the phone, or man if it's up on the switchboard. They ask you number please, extension call or external call. If you're doing a call through to the PMG 400, you push the ring key down, and you push this key down, and you crank the magneto. Oops. You just put this hand on that handset. Now once it goes off hook, the dial's eyes come down, the buzzer will sound, and then the operator puts their handset down, and then that's the PMG 400 connected through to this phone here. Where both callers hang up, both dial's eyes come down. Now to connect exchange call through to a telephone number, I'm going to do such my PMG, my telephone on my table here. That black one there, that one goes over 4G. I'm going to ring that one via extension call to the landline. Now, the way the call goes through, then it goes like that. Push it down, pick it up, push that, and then it asks number, please, what number, and then you dial the number through. To get the exchange call to work on this phone, I don't think it'll work the other way around. I think. Why is it? And I haven't. Let me do that again. I haven't connected my telephone line in to the switchboard, the outgoing line. So let me check something quickly before I do this test. Yeah. Right, to do an exchange call through again, you pick the handset up. Goes off port, that's the running down here, down right here. You answer as a down key, you push that one down. That's your, but they will ask you a number, please, you tell them what one. And what you do to put an exchange call with this thing, was it's an Ericsson one, you push your black key up, and then push this up. And you can hear dial tone. And I'll ring my telephone number. And soon it rings, you push the red key down. Right. Now it's ringing that. Now that's on hook, so if I speak to this one, you can hear me through the receiver. Now, when both callers hang up, sets the dial size off again. Now, to get an exchange call through the switchboard, and this is going to go bonkers when I actually activate this, it's going to make the dial's eye come down, and you can set off the alarm bell on this thing I've got on it. On the sheet, on the GDC, you can sell a dial tone from the other line. Dial my telephone number here, so and I'm going to dial this thing, and you'll hear it ring. But this will cause happen until the dial's eyes come down. There we go. Dial's eye comes down. This is off this bell here. To answer the call, you pick up the operator's set, push it up, and push that back. Now that's the N1900 on the PBX set to the external call, as you can hear. Now, to transfer the call over to an extension phone, you press the red key down. Hang up. That keeps the line on hold. To ring an extension phone such as that N1, or whatever phone it's called down here, you push the ring key down. Ring it. Then the operator picks up. Then the operator will say, do you want to talk to this person who's called you? And then what they connect me through, what they do, you press this up, get this down, push this down to the centre. That's now, this phone can with the PMG, nearly through the receiver, as you can hear. And then when both callers hang up, sets up the dial's eyes once again. Now, I'm going to show you what's inside this switchboard. I've set up this on the 4-pin phone socket, the old style socket as I had, the plug-in mode thing for GPO phones on this N1900 here, with that on it, so I can plug it in and out of the PBX. Turn it off, doesn't buzz at me when this drops down. Now I got this very cheap actually, this thing very, very cheap. Like well under what you think you'd find these for. Goes for 110. Without a power supply and without the original connection point for it, it was supposed to come with it. I'll first show you the schematic that comes with this thing to wire this thing up. Thank God this thing was fully functioning when I got it, because I wouldn't have been able to get it going otherwise, because it had a load of different cables and none of it makes sense with the schematic while I was reading it. I've got it has this massive circuit board with it, and it's made by the Ericsson in Bristol. But it was owned by not General Post, what was it? Postmaster General Apartment over here, what's PMG. Inside this thing I will show. You have the connections for the doll's eyes. The connection for the line thing, you got the doll's eyes here. The connection for the line switches. Your main terminal blocks here. Got some jungled mess I did. That's where your voltage comes in. These run off 46 volts alternating or direct current. I do have a power supply. I mean, it's got 40 volts, and that's just enough to get this thing going. You got your telephone induction coil for the operator phone. And you got these relays in here. If I pull the covers off, you'll see the relays. I want to see something quickly. Somehow this really clicks into when the exchange line is connected up. I will turn that on and get a shock. This one, if I can pull them off. Here's your other relay. I'm not sure what these relays are for. Maybe when you got an extension connected for, I'm not too sure. Now, I'm not sure what this thing was here, but there was a thing that was broken off. Glad that that's broken up, it still works, because it doesn't really need it. Not sure what it was for though, so don't really tell me what it was for, because I don't exactly know. Exchange indicator, I think it says. I don't know what it means. If I had that zoomed in the whole time, I'm sorry, I just realised I was zoomed in the whole time, but I hope you saw most of this while I was showing. There's some capacitors for the lines you can see there. I believe they're capacitors, I'm not 100% sure what they are. What are they? Are they resistor coils? They are. According to this, what it says here, they're resistor coils. Now this thing, it was made during the World War II and it did survive the war, as you can see. It is fully functioning and I have had it functioning for a while. When I did get it though, the crank handle was seized. The magneto handle was seized up on it. That's all was broken on it. But I took it out, took it apart, and I was able to get it working with the original parts and keep it all original. The only non-original bits of this PBX, or wooden switchboard, is the connections, because the connection would have had a terminal block came out of here with a wire to a terminal block, and an old control unit, the power supply unit. Now I wouldn't recommend connecting up a 240 volt power supply to the mains for what was made in 37, because it would explode. But I do have a modern day 40 volt transformer that works fine in this, and it does make it work. When I do get my new home, I will set this up properly. Now to save time on the video, I'm not going to screw this back together to off the video, so put the phone switchboard back to the way it's supposed to be looking like. And I started this video so you can see it, and then I'll end the video. So this is my 1937 Ericsson wooden switchboard. I will show you something on the back. I just remembered. It has got this on the back. Owned by PMG. It was owned by PMG but made by Ericsson in the UK. This was imported during the World War. Like most of our system was made, Aussie made, British made, because we had the imported 100 series telephones, the 162s and 232s, and the 332 phones made by Ericsson. But after the 332 series went, we had a handful of British made 400 series made by GEC and Ericsson, but after that we started doing our own thing, making our own phones over here in Australia. But the later form of 400 was made here, they used British dials. But the first batch of Australian 801s were made here in Australia. They used British made dials, or German or France or American made dials. And after once the 802 was released, that was totally Australian made. But this is a video showing my old 1937 made by Ericsson, used by PMG wooden switchboard. Now I've got an Ericsson phone on here. That wouldn't have been the phone made by used on this thing. That's the end of the video.